Oh, hey. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, hey. What's up? What's happening, guys? Thank you. Make some noise. All right, settle down. All right. Okay, no, seriously, stop. No, please, guys, stop it. I'm back. Welcome back. It's been a long time. It's been a long break. I moved, as you can see. That's part of the reason why I haven't made a video in so long. Although the moving process didn't really take that long, so I can't use that as the only excuse. It started off with just being distracted and being busy, and it eventually just spiraled into just laziness. And it sucked, you know? I really enjoy making these videos, and I do enjoy putting content out there. I am passionate about being a content creator. So it kind of put me in a down mood, knowing that I'm not really doing anything productive or releasing any videos like this. Music also took kind of a slowdown as well. So this is the first step to trying. It's just been tough to kind of get myself to sit here and do it. But here I am. Boy, did I miss a lot. I could have made so many videos on so much shit, but here we are, back at it, making more videos on the new shit that's coming. Buckle up, guys. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want more content. I will keep pushing forward as long as y'all keep loving it. You guys have heard of Drake, right? He tends to be a really petty person. And I don't know if you guys have heard of any of the news going on with him right now. I just learned about it not too long ago, and I would love to shed some light on it because I find it absolutely fucking hilarious. Drake, the man valued at $250 million according to CelebrityNetWorth.com, is taking time out of his day to respond to a YouTuber by the name of Anthony Fantano. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's pretty big on YouTube, has a big amount of subscribers, 2.63 million subscribers on YouTube. If you haven't heard of him, I'd be pretty shocked. He makes reviews to mixtapes and albums and singles, to all genres of music, but what I see him to get caught up in for the most part is hip hop and rap music. Basically how this all started is Drake dropped his recent album, most recent album called, is it called? Nevermind then, I guess? Honestly, Nevermind. Listened to it once, I wasn't a big fan of it. He dropped Honestly Nevermind with quite the gorgeous artwork. One of the best, really. I mean, honestly, it looks like something I would have made in 9th grade computer class on Microsoft Paint. It looks absolutely gorgeous. But Anthony Fantano made a review of it, and long story short, he didn't rate it too good. He rated it not good out of 10. He's not the only person to think that too. Many people did not like this album, mostly because it just sounded like Walmart background music. And Anthony Fantano tends to be pretty honest and blunt with his reviews for music. Very rarely will you see an album or song really make the cut like a 10 out of 10. I could probably count them on one hand. After rating Drake's album a not good, Drake himself actually caught light of it, which is pretty bizarre because, like I said, he only has 2.63 million subscribers, and yes, that is a lot, but compared to Drake's level of fame, I mean, Drake is like mountains on top of this guy. He got light of it and sent him a DM that Drake openly shared on his Instagram story. And the DM reads, "Your existence is a light one, and the one is cause you're alive. And cause you somehow wifed a black girl, I'm feeling a light to decent one on your existence." What Drake means by light one is when Anthony Fantano rates certain albums or certain works of music, he gives it like either like a heavy one or a light one, like a light 5 or a heavy 5 out of 10. It's just a level of sureness to a rating that he gives, if that makes sense. So Drake is saying that Anthony Fantano is a light 1, and he's only a light 1 because he's alive. That's the only thing he has going for him. Anthony Fantano apparently is married to a black woman, which I didn't know, but because he's that, he's feeling a decent one on his whole fucking existence. Pretty petty, if you ask me. And it's just bizarre that Drake took the time out of his day, out of his multi-million-dollar filled day where he has a boatload of opportunities. There's nothing this man Drake can't do with the level of success, fame, and money that he has. But he took 3 minutes out of his day at 9:42 p.m. to send Anthony Fantano a very harsh message because his music review did not favor his album. And that is so mind-boggling to me that Drake would actually take the time out of his day to do something like that. Just crazy. We're talking like Justin Bieber just reached out to a kid YouTuber who unboxes toys for his content. And I'm not saying that Anthony Fantano is compared to a kid unboxing toys, but the level of difference in status is mind-boggling, and the fact that Drake would take his time out of his day to do this is bizarre. I think Anthony Fantano just left him on red for the most part, but he did make a YouTube video in response to the comment, which I found absolutely hilarious. I, for a second, thought that this is actually what Drake said to him. To give you a gist of the video, Anthony Fantano made a video describing the DM that he allegedly received from Drake, but the DM was just a recipe for a vegan cookie.
I'm not messaging you about your videos. I'm actually messaging you because I found a really great vegan cookie recipe I'd love you to try. Drake is sending me a vegan cookie recipe.
Spoiler alert, it's fake. Drake didn't actually send him the vegan cookie recipe, but that was his response to everything, and I honestly found it hilarious, and I would love to just know if this actually got into Drake's attention. If Drake happened to stumble across this response video, I would have loved to see his reaction. I don't know how Anthony Fantano's original video even got light to Drake. Like, how did I even come up across his desk? Did his assistant just, hey boss, you might want to check this out. Some guy on YouTube said your shit was trash. It's bizarre. I mean, music is just a subjective experience all around. And there's people to much lesser or even higher calibers that are subject to rate your music to their own personal opinion. I mean, Anthony Fantano didn't say anything disrespectful to Drake by any means regarding it. He just said he wasn't the biggest fan of it. And I mean, honestly, it did sound like Drake whipped that shit up in like 2 days. It's not the best album that Drake has ever put out, and I personally think that. While we're on this topic, I figured I might as well bring something else up that didn't really catch too much attention. I think it happened around maybe like 3 months ago, 4 months ago maybe, where Drake personally came at somebody that criticized him. If you think Drake replying to Anthony Fantano, who's a YouTuber with a couple million subscribers, is still kind of crazy, the man that Drake replied to 4 months ago was even more of a nobody than Anthony Fantano himself. It was just a random Instagram commenter. Basically, how it all happened, there was this Instagram profile called Lethal Shooter that put a post up commenting on LeVar Ball, which is just, it's all within basketball culture. Honestly, the picture itself doesn't really matter. Drake replied to that post saying, imagine your son makes the league and he's Ja or Melo or Lonzo. All you can do is be elated and competitive and over supportive, and it's a rite of passage to that the OGs talk shit. I know I'm gonna be this way even if my son isn't a Rubik's Cube competition. I don't know if you guys are aware, but Drake has a son. Might be hard to miss considering that that's the only thing that Drake now talks about in all of his songs. It's his son. Which is kind of funny to me too, because Drake had this son kind of like in secret. I think people only found out that he was a dad after the son was born for like a decent amount of time. But then it seems like that when people finally caught wind of it and knew that Drake had a son, now he just embraces his son finally, and it's all he talks about. Drake made this comment, and then some guy named SetiBo _ whatever the hell, someone you don't know, someone you've never heard of. It could very well be me or your dad who made this comment. Your son probably played with ghostwriters. And to explain that, it's kind of common alleged knowledge that Drake doesn't write any of his own material. He has ghostwriters per se, where it's just people who are hired to write his own music that make most of his music. But regardless of the matter, he said that his son's probably gonna play with ghostwriters because Drake himself just has a bunch of ghostwriters. So Drake yet again took the time out of his multi-million-dollar day to comment back to this guy and say, I just followed your girl because she's probably miserable and needs some excitement in her life. The guy who made that initial comment posted a picture of a message that Drake sent to his wife after following her, and the message said, I'm here for you, ma. It's just so pathetic. It's so pathetic. My man, you could buy my whole life 20 times over, and yet you're taking your time out your day to reply back to Instagram haters. This man is famous beyond comprehension. And the fact that he's taken his time out of his day to reply to people that are essentially nobodies to him is really petty. And it kind of just sheds a whole new light on Drake's point of view and the way he thinks. And I'm sure there's other examples where he might have done this. I mean, come on, if he did it twice, I'm sure he's done it multiple times before too, but I just wanted to bring light to the two that people have seemed to most talk about. I wouldn't be surprised if he sees this video and sends me a DM, which I'd be really flattered, by the way. Hey Drake, I mean, if you ever want to talk about making music together, I'm there. But that's pretty much it. Just wanted to bring light to that situation. I will absolutely try my best to make a video every week. So like I said, hit that like button, subscribe if you enjoyed. I got you with some more content. And I hope to see you soon.
Say my name, won't you wear it out? It's almost like you're talking my language. I know you may be sick of all the same shit, but we can do it all till I'm famous. Say my name, won't you wear it out? Don't know if you heard about me. Feel like there ain't been enough.